Okay, let's take a look at Facebook. Today is August 10, 2014. Ever since the earning, we see Facebook, have this earning gap here. All right, let me draw this in. And, after the earning came out, the day after that, it kind of gapped up, moved up, and then, faded a little bit. And then the following day, it kind of held that gap a little bit. Then on the next day, it came down and got back into the gap. So it actually came closer, filling up this gap here. See, got a little bit of a distance left. Then it started to consolidate up here. Although right now it's still holding up this pivot close here, okay, and seems to be holding that support. And with these little pivot point here, it seems like it might want to go. Maybe come up and test this gap and possibly, take out that, get back above that gap and maybe take out the high up here at the, the 76.80 level. Okay, so essentially right now, if the market, continue to bounce off the recent, support, then, maybe Facebook might also, make a bounce and try to take out this previous high. So, looking at that right now, we essentially want to see if we were to initiate a long when it break above these pivot point here. Would it be have an adequate, risk and reward, to make the little swing long type of trade worthwhile? So, in order to do that, we need to go and assess. Essentially, what I'm looking at right now is the possibility, because there is still a little distance between the gap fill here. So this gap hasn't really completely filled. So I'm still looking at the possibility that it could come down and fill that gap. Right? And when it comes down and fill this gap, I have no idea, is it going to hold this level here as support, or it's going to come down, and break this support and possibly come down and test this level here somewhere around the 67. Or even might come down and break this and test this 66. And if that can hold, then it might even get down to below 63 here. So these are the possibilities. So with that in mind, what I'm going to do is, if I'm going to take a swing long, then the chances are I'm going to probably set up a stop somewhere around here, right below this gap here. So if it go below that gap, then kind of tell me or give me some idea that I might be wrong, that this probably, Facebook might be going back down a little bit lower. Then, I don't want to go and just staring at those losses build up, and I want to just, close out my trade and take my losses. Right? So essentially, that's the thought process here. So let's go and set it up, and assuming that, right now we're going to go out, into a long somewhere above that 74, and maybe below 71. Then we're going to go and take a stop and take our losses and get out. So let me set up my on/all ratio here to see. So in order for us to for me to get at least one all return, it seems like I have to take out the previous high and get up to that 77 level, and also. In order to get a 2 all, it has to get up to this $80 level, right? 80.55 or so. Okay, so I want to see, is there a possibility for it to actually get up there, on a normal course of technical analysis, not just based on hope and based on wish. Right? Okay, so we're going to take a look at the Fibonacci retracement on this particular swing here, and you can see on the 618. Okay, let me change the number to be on the other side on this particular fib. So you can see on the 618, it's sitting somewhere around that gap here. The gap is close to that 71 level, and the 618 is saying somewhere around the 71.18. So for all practical purposes, it's near that 71. Okay? And essentially, it's kind of hovering around that 78.6 right now. And want to break that above that 78.6, then hopefully it could swing up to this 100% point, which is somewhere around that 76, close to 77. Okay. Now, on a lot of these, retracement, the Fibonacci retracement, is this, there could be a chance, that it could bounce off the 618, right? Because these are the retracement zone, the 50%, 38.2. So there's a good chance that it will bounce off at 50. And there are also chances, good probability also that the price will bounce off of 618. So the price came down and got close to that 618, even though it did not, completely fill that gap. So what I'm basically betting on, right, on this long is that saying that if it breaks these pivot, then the chances are it is bouncing off that 618 and probably will try to make it up to that 100%. And there's a extension that if we're going to break, bounce off of 618 and break that 100%, then there's a good chance also that it's going to hit that 127 extension, which is somewhere around that $80 level, which would satisfy the 2R type of R and R ratio that we are looking for, right? At least a 2 to 1. Okay, so essentially, that's basically the thought process on setting up this, looking at this this trade here for that possibility. Okay, so hopefully that will give you some idea.